Today's patio chat is being brought to you locally by Westridge Furniture in Delphus. See it all at your finer outdoor furniture store.
We're getting an update on the Allen County Airport and how it's so important to economic development in our area. It goes together. With me today, to my immediate left, we have Cindy Lee. She's with Allen Economic Development Group Business Development Director and Airport Board Member. And then we have David Bittner. He's Airport Board Chair, a pilot, a flight instructor, and electrician. And thank you guys for coming today. It's good to have you.
Great day to be out here.
Okay, so some people might think, why is an airport important when it comes to economic development? And you're working with that all the time, Cindy. So
Right.
what is it? Why is it an important piece?
Right. It's really important part of our transportation infrastructure alongside with our roadway on our rail. And so it's an important aspect of our community for not only our businesses, but for our community at large.
Yeah, because most people, I think, would think I-75, that's the most important thing we have. But the airport can be an important piece and is one of those ones that you use, huh?
Right. And sometimes it's the first face of people coming to meet our community. And sometimes as we land executives from companies, distinguished guests, and also some of our prospects fly into the airport when we don't even know they're here. So really the airport is an important part of our community, and it is the first face oftentimes.
And I assume some of our bigger companies who are here all the time, you know, that are here and grounded here, or use the airport also?
Right. A lot of our local companies, and, you know, I can mention a few of them. I mean, General Dynamics flies in executives, Procter & Gamble, and Nutrien, and our hospitals as well.
Does every county in Ohio have an airport, or are we one of the lucky ones?
Well, I was surprised to learn that 84 out of the 88 counties have an airport.
Okay.
But not many of them have the long runway that we have here in Allen County. So that's what makes us unique. And, you know, Dave's a lot more versed in the operations of the airport than I am, but I just know that it's important for us, the community, to have an airport like we have in Allen County.
Right, yeah. Yeah, so Dave, let's talk more about the airport, because just by being in the news, I know that our airport has to be pretty big, because Air Force One can land. I mean, we've had presidents land in there, but
I've got to witness that.
Yeah, so, I mean, what is the great things about our airport, and why do you feel it is an important piece here to the economic development?
Okay, so for a county airport to have 150 feet wide and 6,000 feet long is kind of unusual. Put those numbers in perspective. That's over 20 acres of blacktop just on the runway. And it's all lit, and we've had a new project that's coming near completion where we got new runway lights. And from a flight instructor standpoint, there's a big comfort factor that you've got this large piece of real estate for new students and that. You can also service larger aircraft and in varying weather conditions.
Oh, all right. Very good. So as being a flight instructor and a pilot, you just put out things there that we wouldn't even think about. Are a lot of people, do they want to learn how to fly and to use the airport in that respect?
I meet people all the time that said, I've always had that dream. And I get to meet some of them at the airport and put them in an airplane and help that come to fruition. So I had been away from flight training for a little bit, and I hadn't actually sewed a student in a long time. And when I got to do it again, there was a special feeling about that. And to get to share that with them, it's a special privilege.
Yeah. Well, I assume with, you know, the companies flying in and out and the airport being used, I mean, besides, here's our runway, it's great. There must be other services then that you do provide there at the airport?
Absolutely. It varies. And one of the things people might not think about is that life flights go in and out of there on occasion, and organ donor flights and things along that line. And for me, at one point, I was reluctant to go on the organ donor list, and I happened to be there and witness that one night and see the organization of it, see people in their medical scrubs, and maybe not the intensity of it, but definitely the structure and the planning that went with it. And then shortly after, I signed up.
Yeah, an important thing. All right, so you did mention, what kind of improvements are going on right now at the airport?
Okay, so a lot of blacktop going on.
Okay.
And along with that comes striping and painting. We're refurbishing the inside of the terminal.
Okay.
It's not complete overhaul, but noticeable improvements and modernization and that. And our staff works real hard to try to keep the airport fresh and modern.
Right,
And Cindy pointed out that, you know, the grounds out there, when you look at it, they're well groomed.
Right.
And I've been flying out of there for 40 years. I'm homegrown. I took my initial flight training at the Lima Airport.
Well, that's awesome.
Private, instrument, commercial, up through the different ratings and that until I became a flight instructor. And it's a great place to call your home airport.
Very good. It's really neat. We have an airport to learn how economic development works with. Thanks, you guys, for coming today. Thanks.
All right.
All right, don't
Thank
go
you.
away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.